gonna put her hair back. So
this is Jane's videos. This is Chloe Adair. This is Kaylee. FEARVlog 3, September 19th. Costume thing. What was your question?
Yeah, what do you think so far? She has dirty boots that she's gonna bring because the shoes I got didn't quite fit her, and then she's gonna put her hair back.
Nice
so
modeling. Yeah, I like it so far.
Okay.
Good work.
Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Sweet. What are you, Mr. Ryan?
I am a demon. Hold on, let me get my demon mask on.
Ryan, by the way, works at a church. Now he's the demon.
Definitely better.
I think it needs something on top though, because it looks kind of weird with just that in the shirt while she's doing something. I thought that was for
Why are
Matt.
you making him look like Aladdin?
This is not the best of these necessarily, but
He does look like Aladdin.
it's probably too small. Like French fries. Yeah. If we got him a different vest.
Yeah, a different vest.
Can you tuck the shirt?
Wow.
Jafar.
Can you say something demonic? What the hell?
What the hell is this?
This is
Don't get my
really
hairy
in
legs.
character. Your hairy legs.
Oh my god. I'm a werewolf.
What are you thinking?
I can't be serious for 5 seconds. What am I thinking, or what are they
Yeah.
thinking?
What are you thinking of this? What are you?
Well, I belong in the house at the end, and I think we kind of said I'm like the preacher.
Yeah.
So this I just think would be like something she's just wearing around the house, and then things go bad.
What are you doing here?
Oh, there's gonna be like circles under the eyes, veins. There's gonna be like bruising. Our makeup artist said think very Evil Dead Rise, the mother character.
So today is September 28th. There has been a lot done on the haunt in the past couple weeks, days. I don't know when the last installment of this was, but the haunt is almost done. Because Fearville opens in less than a week. Exciting, exciting. Today, though, is our dress rehearsal night. Now, the haunt isn't entirely done, but we still need to do our dress rehearsal now. Jeez, this lighting is really bad. It's Halloween time. We had to get the good old pumpkin spice. What is that? Are those the shoes you're wearing?
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, they look
Nice.
Welcome to the first year of Winterville, Christmas at the Farm. This year's theme, we chose to do Santa's Coming Back. And he's pissed.
There he is.
Santa.
There's Santa. Got people over here. Lindy!
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, that's cool.
Skin right now.
Nice, nice.
And we're gonna color it to look like kind of acid.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. We got a victim. And we got a nun in progress over there. And we got a church right here. Look at that. Nice, big, spooky church with awesome red lights shining through. Perfect. I absolutely love it. And there go the church bells. Look at this. So neat. So neat. So today is September 29th. It is almost the greatest month of the year, October. Just a few days to go, guys. I'm so excited. Obviously, I think when you're seeing this, it'll probably already be October, because I think this is just going to cover the remainder of the Fearville builds, and then the next Fearvlog will be of opening weekend behind the scenes. So, yeah, Fearville opens in 3 days, and I'd say we're on track. I'm pretty excited. We had our dress rehearsal last night, which went very well. I'm very happy with the haunt. I wish I would have been able to record more, but I was just so busy with stuff. But hopefully opening weekend I'll be able to record some good behind the scenes footage. But as of now, I just want to show you guys everything that's been done since the last installment, because I didn't show too much yesterday. obviously this is a huge thing. The church facade is almost done. The guy who built it, his name is Danny, is going to be adding some fake vines and stuff to it on Thursday, and then it will be completely done. But as of now, it is almost entirely done, and I'm really happy with it. This is exactly the design that I wanted from him, because like I've said at the start of the season, I told him basically the design I wanted for it and all of that, and he followed it to a T. This is exactly what I need. Actually, he did it even better than I wanted, because I actually wasn't even going to make it this tall. It was going to be about 12 feet tall, because that's my typical facade height. This is 20 feet tall. So these walls were all put up, these interior church walls, and then Chloe painted these white, and they obviously look very distressed, and I'm happy with it. And then right here we've got the big church, the big cross on the back wall of the church. And then down here we have these candles and this hymnal book, which is open to God Bless America right now. I had it on one like that was called I'm Drowning in Sin. Oh, there it is. I found it again. I'm happy about that. Okay. I was sinking deep in sin and almost persuaded now to believe. I feel like thematically that just works for the haunt. And of course it just switched. The wind just moved it as soon as I put it down. But yeah, there's a hymnal book right there. Oh my gosh. I think like a demon's doing that or something. There's no way. Stay. Because notice it wasn't changing pages on the other one at all. That's so weird. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, there's two open spaces right here. And that's because these are going to be curtains. It's going to be a jump out spot. Obviously, when we did our dress rehearsal last night, we kind of worked through how things are going to go in terms of that. Mac is going to be right here as the demon priest, but he can also pop out at people back there. There's also an actor that's going to jump out here as Mac is distracting them. And that actor is also going to have range of all of this space, because I put this up to jump scare there. I'm going to cut a hole into this so he can jump scare there, jump scare back there, jump scare here. It's just a great spot, so that will work very well. All of this is the same, except I add candles. I don't think I ever showed those. Here's Forest Demon in all of his glory. Right there is a speaker because I was testing audio and stuff. Here's Forest Demon. He's got a red light on him. Like I said, I'll show lighting stuff later tonight, but there he is. I think he looks cool here. I'm just using him as a static because I don't think he works anymore. So that's fine, because I just really like how he looks as a static. So it's perfectly fine if he doesn't fully work. All of this is the same because the graveyard, you know, it hasn't had too many changes since it was the first thing that I worked on. It's been basically completed for a while, at least this part has. I'd get a new tombstone to go right there. Here's the mausoleum. Once again, have a fog machine in there. I don't know if it's going to stay in there. It might not. We'll see. Moving monuments in there for now just to keep it safe from weather, but it goes right here. Then through here, there are some things with bags on them, as you can see, just to keep them safe from weather and stuff. I'll show them better as we get closer, and then you'll actually see it. Put that statue there, but this is Hellspawn, if you can see. And I'm actually going to take his bag off of him now, because I do want you to see that Chloe did some paint work on him, because I didn't like how he was just, I've loved his red look, but I thought it was too bright of a red. I thought it should have been darker. So I had Chloe go in. She just did some simple like spray black on him just to make him look a little scarier, a little darker, and not pop out as much red wise. And I do think it does look better like this. So I'm glad that she did that. All right, moving over this way. We have, once again, this right here. Like I said, I put this up. Nice scare spot, very tight space that people have to walk through here. Perfect. I'm not going to do it today because I'm waiting for more camo netting to come in the mail. But I think tomorrow is when it's supposed to arrive. I'm going to finish this area back here because there is going to be another wall here. I'm thinking camo netting is going to go along here if I have enough of it. If not, it doesn't matter because no one's going to walk back there anyways, but we'll see. So yeah, this space is still kind of open. These wood panels need to go up here As you can see, it's going to look like that. It's going to look like the side of the church walls with the wood panels here once it's done. So those need to go up there, obviously, and they will. I'll probably do that today. We'll see. I have this guy here. I don't know if I showed him. I really don't know what I showed because I don't know the last time I did a thorough, in-depth walkthrough of everything that had been done. I would like to put camo netting on here and go across this top here if I have enough once it arrives to make this sort of a tunnel and then hang vines down. Now if I can't do that, I could always just take wooden beams and put them from these beams and then hang vines off of those. But I would like this to be more of a tunnel, but we'll see what works there. Harbinger of Hell, he is in this black cloak because his cloak is a piece of garbage, if you didn't know. I mean, he is an old animatronic now. He's 10 years old, but his cloak had deteriorated years ago because it is a piece of garbage material. If you don't know. So yeah, his cloak is completely deteriorated, so I just threw him in this black one. Again, I don't think he works either, but I just want him as a static, so that is fine. Here's the Lava Demon. I am using him as an animatronic because he fully works, and I really do like his flame effects. So he's right here, kind of at the corner here. This still needs to be blocked off. I plan to do that in just a minute, just with black tarp. I usually don't like using black tarp, but in big outdoor scenes where you're just trying to block off the view from out there, I don't think it matters because no one's really going to be looking at that. This right here is actually a slider platform for two of our actors who are going to be sliders, and I wasn't sure how it was going to work at first in this outdoor space, but when we tested it last night, it actually looks pretty cool. So basically, as people are walking down the path here, at night you cannot see on the other side of that, so you don't even see them. But as people are walking down the path here, they slide. They're gonna alternate. So when I say they, it's only one at a time. But they slide into here and kind of block people's path, and I think that is pretty cool. And then people have to go around them like that. So I think that's a pretty cool scare. See all these vines I put on here? Not a whole lot, but I'd say a decent amount. I don't want to waste all of my vines on it. This is very dark at night. I don't have any light shining on that, so I don't think it matters. And I probably won't shine a light over here because I liked how it looked last night with how dark I had it. Just trying to uncover this guy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My complaint is the fog doesn't work with it. And this seems to be a reoccurring thing for me. Every time I get a fog machine activated animatronic or a fog compatible animatronic, it doesn't work. Like, it just won't send the relay to the machine, even though I hooked it up perfectly right with its connector and all of that. I don't understand what the problem is. Am I doing something wrong? I don't know. And it's kind of upsetting. I mean, this guy is cool even without. But dang, I could just imagine how cool it would look with the fog spewing out of his mouth, but it won't work. It's very frustrating, but here's the clotheslines. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. I might add some more. I don't know. We'll see. But I am pretty happy with how it turned out here. It definitely makes this look more like a complete section. It makes it look more like a front yard to a house. Actually, I decided, and I think this is a better idea, this is the backyard. Because I'm going to go in there in a second, but the reason I decided that this is going to be the backyard, and I think it makes a whole lot more sense, is because this is the side. As you can see, that was cut off and this was kind of spruced up a little bit. I'll probably still add curtains in the windows, but it's looking better than it was. I have a lot of moss hanging off of it. Chloe detailed it. Yeah, I think it's looking better. But this would be the front of the house, and you're walking in through the backyard. And that wasn't even my initial intention, but I think it works better because I was gonna block off, I was gonna create like an interior facade of it right here and have like a tin roof coming here too. But, I mean, first off, there's not enough room with the clotheslines. Second, especially at night, you can't even, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need an interior facing facade because you can tell that you're entering into a house or a building regardless. So I think it's perfectly fine like this, because this also works with my new idea that it is the backyard, because you're walking through the clotheslines. I mean, this is, story-wise, this works so much better. This is where they're sacrificing people, is in the backyard of the priest's house. And then you walk through the clotheslines, which again would be in a backyard. And then you walk in through the back of the house. And then you go out the front. I think that works so much better story-wise, and I like it better like that, so that's how we're gonna have it. So yeah, this is officially my favorite scene in the entire haunt. Gosh, I'm so happy I ditched doing the tent for haunts, because first off, look at how much extra space I have doing it as a trail, but second, I can still do interior scenes, and they're even scarier because the roof isn't like 12 feet above your head. It's right here. Yes, this is not a full-blown roof, this is just camo netting, but especially at night and even during the day, it gives the illusion of a roof. Like, it's an enclosed space, as you can see. So it just works so perfectly. It makes this scene so creepy. I really love the wallpaper effects that Chloe did on this. I think once it's a fully enclosed space, it just looks so much cooler. I also wasn't sure how I felt about this, but I like that she did this. Basically, she did this to look like dust gathered around a portrait and a cross that used to be there. And I think that's pretty cool, because she also did it to this portrait here. Chloe's going to be sitting there. As I said, look, I got the new chairs. This space is empty because a Bluetooth vintage style radio goes there, and it plays like old Southern gospel and stuff. So that is empty for now, because I have that put away until opening night, because I don't want it to get ruined in the weather. Over here, we have some stuff just kind of strewn about. I might hang that cross, I don't know. Chloe wants me to, but I kind of like how it's there because it just adds something else to that little suitcase top there. A lot of just set dressing and decorating in here, and then bound corpse there, obviously a victim of the cult, kind of tied up in that chair. And then backbend Bonnie right here, who is so sick at night when she's on. She does block the path quite a bit, but I don't mind it because I think it's going to be freakier that people have to kind of go up against the wall to get past her when she bends. I like it like that, so I think, you know, I'm perfectly fine with her doing that. I don't see an issue with it. But yeah, this scene turned out really good. And especially in the dark at night, I think it is the best scene of the haunt by a long shot. I think this whole ending section is quite possibly the best part. I really, really am happy with it. So I wanted to show you guys some of the lighting and stuff now that it is nighttime. You can see the church in all of its glory. It looks so cool. The red lights in the windows and then the red up top. And then I put this bluish purple on it. And I think that color looks really good with the red. Right now in here, obviously this whole church is kind of bathed in red, and then there's going to be a little bit of orange once I get those candles on. Actually, I have that light too, which I did kind of a gobo on. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but the red from the windows kind of washes it out so that it's kind of, I can get rid of that probably. It's kind of pointless to have that now. I put up curtains there. I know it's kind of hard to tell because it would be dark back there anyways. Here, well, this light is here. I don't think I've shown this yet. This purple, well, not purple, bluish, purplish color on all that. And then Forest Demon. But there's the mausoleum, and I do have a fogger next to that, which I have the Swampy Marsh scent in, and it's a really good scent. Froggy's fog, of course. Actually, I can still smell it lingering, and I haven't run the fog machine for about an hour and a half, so that's pretty crazy. But here's some of the lighting on Hellspawn. I actually have a purple on him, but the purple is very dim. You can, oh, not, I keep saying purple. It's more of a blue. You can see it illuminating the bust. It does illuminate him too, and the best thing about it is it makes his sensor go off when people walk in front of it, but the camera's only picking up the red. But he does have like he's got a little bit of the blue and the red. This is all the same. You guys have seen all this. Like I said, you can see the church from every angle, and doesn't that just look so sick? Just like in between the branches there. Oh, it's so cool. It's like the centerpiece of the entire haunt. Now, I don't know, you can kind of see his silhouette, but here is Baphomet, which I hate Baphomet's audio. I always have. So I have him muted. And I just have him turning side to side, but I think he looks pretty cool like that. And I can't find his other arm, so I have his arm kind of just tucked behind his back. So it just looks like he has his arm behind his back, at least until I can find it, if I can find it. I don't know. So he's just holding the scythe in one hand, which is fine, but I do think he looks cool like that. I'm going to put a red light on him probably. And I'll also probably make his head look better because I don't like the eyes. I want to do like black lines, like goat eyes. I think that would look better. But all of this still the same stuff. Go through here. Harbinger of Hell. Looks cool with this light on him. You guys have seen that light already, so I'm just going to move past it. Sinners Belonging to Eden's Grove. I think I've shown this. Actually, I don't know if I showed the new version of it. I have 2 spotlights on it because it was really dim before. I think this looks better. We're going to go over this way. You can see kind of very faintly because of course the lights are dark. It's haunt lighting, but the camera makes it look even darker than it really is. I have a red on Lava Demon, and then of course he goes off. Cool. Down here, okay, I did put this up. I blocked this off. Makes it a lot more enclosed in here, which is good. I still have to do a light like somewhere down this path. I don't know what I'm going to do for it yet. Crucified skeleton scene. You guys know the gist of that. I still have to put a light on Contamination Kid because he does not have one yet, but he will get one eventually. But there he is. He will get a light on him. And I don't really want a light shining on the clotheslines because I like how dark it is here. You can just like faintly see them. I think the light from Contamination Kid will illuminate them enough. And then of course my favorite scene in here, which is going to be so hard to see. I'm going to do some other stuff with this. I mean, well, first off, there is a candle in here that's just not on right now, so you can't really see it. Here's Backbend Bonnie. I'll show you how much of the path she blocks. But I kind of like that because people are going to have to like kind of sneak past her, which I think should be pretty cool. I want to show you guys this, which the Fearville sign is a little hard to read right now. There is a spotlight that's going to be shining on it. I just don't have that turned on now, but I didn't do this, but this is really cool. This is the entrance to Fearville because like I said, people who pay for Fearville get everything in the event, but people who don't want to do the haunt can just pay for the hayride and the spooky trail, like little kids or stuff. So this is an entrance just to Fearville in general, just so we can monitor the people who pay for everything to check their wristbands to make sure they can do the haunt as well. That's basically what that is for. But I really do love this entrance with the trusses, and then it's really decorated super cool with some great lighting, and that purple is actually a UV light to check for wristbands, but it also just works really well theme wise. And then these 3 skulls here are stacked because each attraction has 3 skulls, one on top of the other, in order to show the haunt intensity. So the Graveyard Trail only has 1 because the least scary. The Hayride has 2 because it's like intermediate scary. And then Eden's Grove, which it technically just has the entrance. It's here, the Fearville entrance, because this is where people will enter if they are going to go to Eden's Grove. It has 3 skulls because it's the scariest. So that's what this is. And in here, I think I told you guys about this. The little Fearville entrance zone. I worked on it a bit tonight. This was something I wanted to wait until I was mostly finished with the haunt to start on. And so it's time to start on it. I don't fully even know everything I'm going to put in here because I keep going back and forth on what things. I just know it's going to be very Halloween. It's basically just your entrance into Fearville and into the more intense part of the farm. This is just the entrance into there to kind of make this more grand. The thematic elements inside here do not tie into Eden's Grove at all, because the Eden's Grove entrance is obviously over there, and the Eden's Grove line will start after you exit this building. So this is just a little welcome type of area for people to take pictures in and whatever. I think we're gonna have the Fearville photo op sign that says I survived Fearville that we used to have at the front right here. And I'm gonna put some animatronics in here, just very Halloween-y things. I brought Lord Raven, probably put Mr. Howl. Very Halloween-y, but I don't really wanna go classic vintage Halloween with it because that would be too reminiscent to last year's Haunt. And also, it's just a little hard to convey that in a zone area like this. I just kinda wanna just go Halloween. Like scary Halloween, just monsters and stuff you'd see. So yeah, all these pictures and stuff on these walls here are going to be taken down. So these walls are just going to be black, which is good. As you can see, I hung a lot of fall leaves and the green creepy cloth because I had all of this left over from the witch's house in Maple Hollow. I was like, I think it would work well in here, and I think it does. And then I have two lights there. I have a blue and a green because I feel like those are colors that work very well. And then I'll probably have another light in the back part shining down back there because I actually want, I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I would like to. If you can see here, this is the ticket booth from Oddville, the pumpkin stand from Maple Hollow, and the eggnog stand from the Christmas event I do here, which is going on its third year, still going strong. Of course, missing some boards and stuff, but that's an easy fix. I brought this in here because though I'm not using it in the Haunt this year, first off, I need it here for Christmas anyways, once Halloween's over. But second, I might sell some apple cider out of this. Not me personally, but I might have someone in here to sell apple cider inside the Fearville zone because apple cider is just the most fall beverage ever. I think that would be pretty cool. Get people in the mood and they can drink their apple cider while they're waiting in line for the Haunt. Well, we finally made it. Happy October 1st. Fearville opens in a day, not including today. And it's almost done. I put Jack's back over here in the hayride, and he looks so sick. His light isn't hooked up yet, and he'll probably have a spotlight on him too. But he looks so sick over here. So this is obviously where the hayride starts. Comes around here, does a loop, and then it comes back. So actually people are probably going to notice him more on the way back. But either way, he does look really sick over here in these overgrown plants, kind of stalking like Michael Myers in a way. So here is the ticket booth all decked out in the Fearville zone. Like I said, I might sell apple cider out of this. I'm not 100% sure yet. If I don't, then I'm gonna have Shirley Stab standing in there, just to be cool. Now, I got a really cool idea, which I think I'm gonna do, and I really, really like this idea. And it's going to be, because I don't have anything to put on these walls, I'm gonna put signs and stuff that I can find from Fearville years past, like the Oddville sign or the Maple Hollow sign or the Jack Carver's pumpkin sign, and I'm gonna put them all along these walls as an homage to Fearville years past, since this is the Fearville entrance zone. That is something I wanted to kind of save until next year. When I first thought of the idea, I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. But I kind of want to save that to next year because next year is going to be the 5th anniversary. But 5th anniversary year, I have different plans of what I'm going to do if we use this area. So I feel like this year is just a good year to do that because you don't need to wait for an anniversary year to pay homage to years past. This is the Fearville portal, so to speak. You're entering into Fearville. And so I think having the signs from Fearville years past would just be really cool. Okay, so here's the Fearville zone progress. Quite a bit. I got Lord de Conavar hanging right there. I just wanted, like I said, just some basic Halloween monsters and creatures in here. Lord Raven over there. Right here I have Deadly Creeper on the wall. Looking very cool. It's kind of hard to see because he doesn't have a light on him. In person you can see him. Mr. Howl right over there. Just kind of using a bunch of animatronics that I never really use at the event to get a use out of them. And they're all just very Halloween things. So I think they work pretty well. And then I also put the Jack Carver's pumpkin sign up there and the Maple Hollow sign up right there. Looking cool. Like I said, I want signs from Fearville years past aligning these walls. So this is the portal to Fearville. So I'll probably put the Oddville one over here and maybe some of the Oddville banners. Like I said, I don't have the Fearbrook Asylum one anymore. I'm gonna see what Mac has. I don't know if he still has the Port Chum sign or the Shelter 16 sign, but if he does, I'll put those in here too. All I need to do with the event, because we have 1 day left, technically 2, because I can work on stuff during the day on the day of too. I can finalize some last minute stuff, but I don't want to have a crazy amount left to do on the last day. Technically all I need to do with the event still is hang those signs in here, finalize this, which is almost about done, and then I need to finish a couple things on the haunt in Eden's Grove. So you're going to see the stuff that's done tomorrow, and then that will conclude this Fear vlog, because that'll be the end of the Fearville builds for the season. And we will crank into what my personal favorite part of the Fear vlogs is. Obviously my favorite part of the season too is when the haunts open, but also my favorite Fear vlogs to record are the behind the scenes on the night of, when we're working with the actors and we're doing stuff. Those are my favorite things to record for the event. So just because the event is set up and ready to go does not mean the Fear vlogs are ending. Absolutely not. We're just getting started. It is only October 1st. We have a whole season ahead of us of Fearville. We got a lot going on, and my goal is to crank out one Fear vlog per week of the event, because I haven't done that in the past. I usually skipped like a weekend is what I did before. Like I would do opening weekend, and then I would skip one, or I would do second weekend, then I'd skip the last, or I would, you know, it was kind of varied. But this year I really hope to get every single weekend a video footage of. So it's gonna be a little tricky, because obviously when the haunts open and running, I have a lot going on. It's hard to record it all the time, but I'm gonna do my best because I really do like shooting those ones. I think they're some of the most fun ones to record, and I think you guys probably enjoy them quite a bit, and I do like looking back on them too each year. So that is something I really want to crank out this season. Also, though it's not time yet, I want to still get your thoughts on it now, just because I want to get your thoughts on it early so I can plan if I'm going to do it. Our Christmas event, which starts in December, of course, I start setting up and building for as soon as Fearville is over. And so I just want your thoughts. Since this is a Halloween channel, I've never done it before, but I figured it's okay to do it because it's still an event run by the people who run Fearville. It's not like it's a crazy thing. Would you guys like to see vlog videos for the building and behind the scenes of the Christmas event? I want to know if you guys would like to see that once the Christmas season rolls around, because I usually kind of dip off the platform a little bit around Christmas, because I don't really have a whole lot to record. Obviously I love Christmas as well. I love Halloween and Christmas both. They're both huge passions of mine. But I just don't record stuff around Christmas because the channel is a channel dedicated to Halloween. So I'm very busy during Christmas, just as busy as during Fearville, but I just never record it. But I can. And that's if you guys want to see it or not. So let me know in the comments. I know we're just now starting the Halloween season fully, so there's still, you know, so much more Halloween and Fearville content to come for this year. But I'm just trying to pick your brains a little early so I can assess if I want to do it. If you guys want to see the Christmas event vlogs this year. But regardless, it's October 1st and it feels very Halloween in here. I am so ready for this weekend. And up on the way out, I wanted to look at these pumpkins. I'm not going to go all the way down there to see those ones, but I do want to look at these. Oh, it's so Halloween. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that is awesome. The camera doesn't do it justice. Those are so cool lit up there. I love that. Fantastic. It is after midnight on October 3rd now. Today was October 2nd. I'm about to leave for tonight, which means I'm about to conclude the Fearville builds for 2025. And then we're going to jump right into the behind the scenes stuff tomorrow because we open tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I'm over here at the hayride just to show you something because I'm not going to walk all the way over there. But there's Inferno Pumpkin Skeleton all lit up and working. He looks so sick. Absolutely love it. I'm just going to walk through this real quick. This is the Graveyard Trail, which I cannot take any credit for because I did not have any part in this. But it looks very cool. This was all Danny's work, the guy who worked on my facade. This is all his work. Very, very cool. As mentioned, this is a kid-friendly walkthrough trail for the kids. It's our least scary attraction at the event. Yet I think it looks really cool. And you can't even see it in all of its glory right now because it does have a fog machine inside that crypt, a very large 3,400 watt fog machine. So it fills this space very good as the fog comes out of that crypt. So you can't even see all of its glory right now, but it is very awesome. I personally love it. This is my Murderous Maple over here from Maple Hollow last year. I don't have a use for him this year, so decided to lend him to the cemetery trail, and I think he looks pretty cool over there. Yeah, just giving you a quick walk around. I know it's hard to see because it's dark over here, but that's kind of the whole point. I think this looks pretty cool. I do. I think this is a very cool little trail. And I think people are going to appreciate it, not only just kids, but I think everyone will. Because personally, when I go to Halloween events, having just cool looking sets and cool designed things is something I really love to see always. And I just love to just walk around in it for the atmosphere. And I think that's exactly what this is. This is a very atmospheric little walk-through zone here. And I really like it. And as you can see, I already showed the Fearville skulls over there, but we have the less scary skulls. Here we have the one skull for this, and then the two skull for the hayride, because hayride entrance is right there. Okay, so haunt-wise, we are almost done. Danny added some moss hanging down off of the church, which looks great. Definitely ties it into the theme very well, especially with the mausoleum having this moss too. He also cut some holes in the window to make it look cracked. Going in here, like I said, we're almost done, so most of this you've already seen. I honestly don't even think I need to go over to the graveyard section right now because you guys have seen that all many times and nothing new was done over there. Mostly what I worked on was over here because this was all I still needed to really do. I got the side church walls up, and they don't look absolutely perfect. They're not perfectly lined up, but it doesn't matter because these are just here so people can see that as they're coming on the church again, as you're walking past it again. But there's no light on it. So I was trying to show an example, but the camera doesn't even pick it up because it's so dark. There's no light on it, so it doesn't need to look perfect. It just needs to look good enough. There is a light on Baphomet though, because I got a red light on him. Okay, this is something I did kind of in the graveyard section, but not really. I walled this off, and I also walled off over there a little bit with camo netting. And then main thing I did, well, I did this. I finally blocked all this off, so this is not visible. But this is the main thing I did, which I still needed to do, and I wasn't sure if I was 100% doing it or not, but I'm glad I decided to. I made this into the tunnel like I wanted to do originally, and I think it looks very cool. I think this is definitely going to be one of the scariest parts of the haunt because people hate walking in tight enclosed spaces, especially with stuff hitting them in the face. So I did this. It's very thematic. It works very thematically. You go from the church and graveyard scene, and then this is your entryway into the backwoods type of area. And so you're walking under vines and stuff. I think this is very cool. Obviously, as you can see, I just put camo netting along the top. And then I hung a bunch of vines down that are going to hit people in the face. And then this part doesn't have the camo netting, but that's fine because the exit to this area is right here. So they're going to have to walk under the camo netting the whole time anyways. Obviously, it does not look like this in real life because if I put away the light, this is what it looks like in real life. It's just every once in a while illuminated by that flickering light there. I don't have any lights in this scene, which is exactly how I wanted it because I wanted it very dark and enclosed and scary, and that is exactly what it is. Like I said, this is not the end of the Fear vlogs. There are so many more to come. Every weekend, if I can keep up with it, every weekend of the haunt that we are open, I will shoot behind the scenes footage and get that out the week of. So you have so much more Fearville footage to see this season, so many more walkthroughs, so many more behind the scenes things. We're just getting started. But Fearville opens tomorrow. I'm a little bit nervous because, of course, I always get a little bit nervous before opening night. It's something I look forward to all year, is this time of year and doing this haunt. And then it finally comes and I just want it to run perfectly smoothly, and it always does. Last year was a bit of a difficult opening night because it was very rainy on our opening night, but typically our opening nights run very smoothly, and I have a strong feeling that just with how prepped we are this year, there's not much I need to work on tomorrow or do. And with how everyone is so ready after our dress rehearsal, because we didn't even have one last year because it got rained out because we had such horrible weather last year. And we've been pretty fortunate so far to not have horrible weather this year. We are very prepped dress rehearsal wise. I think we're very ready for a very successful season, and we're going to kick it off tomorrow, and I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are excited to see it. Anyways, that will conclude this video. It is very late. That will conclude this video. Look forward to seeing all the Fear vlogs to come of the behind the scenes of the event. Remember that here lies Halloween.